Have you ever felt stuck, like no matter how big your goals are, nothing really changes? What if the problem is not your ambition, but your daily habits? Welcome back to Rise Stories Podcast, the place where real stories create real change. I'm your host, Daniel. Today's episode is called Atomic Habits, Massive Results, and trust me, this conversation might completely change how you see success. With me today is someone who didn't start strong but built his life step by step. Please welcome Alex Carter.
Thanks, Daniel. I'm really happy to be here.
Alex is a productivity coach, speaker, and content creator. He has helped thousands of people build better habits and improve their daily lives. His methods are inspired by proven ideas from Atomic Habits, and his content has reached over 1 million people online. So Alex, let's start simple. Was your life always this structured and successful?
Not at all. A few years ago, I was completely lost. No routine, no discipline, just big dreams, and no real progress. Everything changed when I stopped chasing big goals and started focusing on small daily habits.
Before we continue, if you enjoy real stories that inspire change, don't forget to subscribe to Rise Stories Podcast and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Now let's dive deeper into the story.
Rise Stories Podcast.
Inspiring journeys towards success.
Alex, you said you were lost before. Can you take us back to that moment? What was really going on in your life?
Yeah, I remember it very clearly. I had big plans. I wanted to be successful, fit, focused, but my daily life didn't match any of that. I was waking up late, wasting hours on my phone, and always saying, "I'll start tomorrow."
So you had the vision, but not the action?
Exactly. And the worst part was, I knew it. Every night, I felt frustrated. I felt like I was wasting my potential.
That's something a lot of people feel but don't admit. What was the exact moment that made you say, enough is enough?
It was a very simple moment, but powerful. I looked at myself in the mirror one night and thought, if I continue like this for the next 5 years, nothing will change. That scared me.
That realization can hit hard.
Yes, it wasn't dramatic, no big event, just a quiet, honest moment. But that's when I decided I don't need a big change. I need a small start.
A small start. That sounds simple, but also very deep.
It is, because most people wait for motivation. I stopped waiting and decided to act, even in a small way.
So Alex, what was that first small habit you started with?
It was almost too simple. I started by reading just 1 page a day.
1 page? That's it?
Yes, and honestly, it felt a bit silly at first. I thought, how can 1 page change anything? But the goal was not to read more. It was to become consistent.
That's interesting. So the focus was not on results but on showing up.
Exactly. I made a rule. No matter what happens, I read 1 page. Even on bad days. Even when I had no motivation.
And did it work?
Yes, but not in the way I expected. Some days I read 1 page, but other days I continued and read 5 or 10 pages. The small habit opened the door.
So the action created momentum.
Yes, that's the key. Small habits remove pressure. They make it easy to start, and starting is the hardest part.
A lot of people try to change everything at once: gym, diet, routine, and then they quit.
That was me before. I used to set big goals and fail quickly. But when I focused on one small habit, everything became easier.
Alex, at the beginning, the habit was very small. So when did you start seeing real results?
Honestly, not immediately. That's the part most people don't like. For the first few weeks, nothing felt different.
So you didn't feel any big change?
No big change, but something subtle was happening. I was becoming someone who shows up every day.
That's powerful. So the identity started changing before the results.
Exactly. And then, after a few weeks, I noticed something. Reading became natural. I didn't force myself anymore.
And did that affect other areas of your life?
Yes, a lot. Once I built one habit, I thought, if I can do this, I can add another one. So I started exercising for 5 minutes a day.
Again, very small.
Yes, but the same thing happened. Small action repeated daily, and slowly, it grew.
So the results were not instant, but they were building in the background. If results are slow and sometimes invisible, how do you stay consistent? What keeps you going?
I stopped depending on motivation.
That sounds simple, but also difficult. What do you mean exactly?
Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel strong, other days you don't want to do anything. So I built a system instead.
A system? Can you explain that in a simple way?
Yes, I made my habits obvious and easy. For example, I put a book on my pillow so I see it before sleeping. I prepared my workout clothes the night before. I removed the need to think.
So you designed your environment.
Exactly. When something is easy and visible, you don't need motivation. You just follow the system.
And what about bad days? Days when you feel tired or stressed?
I follow one rule. Never miss twice.
That's interesting.
If I skip one day, it's okay. Life happens. But I never allow myself to skip 2 days in a row. That keeps me on track.
That removes the pressure of being perfect.
Exactly. Consistency is not about perfection. It's about not giving up.
Building good habits is one thing, but bad habits are hard to break. How did you deal with them?
I realized something important. Bad habits are also built on systems.
So you didn't fight them directly?
Not really. Instead of using willpower, I changed my environment again.
Give us an example.
Before, I used to spend hours on my phone without thinking, so I removed social media apps from my home screen, and sometimes I deleted them completely.
So you made the habit harder to access.
Exactly. If something is invisible or difficult, you're less likely to do it.
That's the opposite of building good habits.
Yes. For good habits, make it obvious and easy. For bad habits, make it invisible and hard.
And did that really reduce your bad habits?
A lot. Not perfectly, but significantly. The key is not to be perfect. The key is to reduce the friction for good habits and increase it for bad ones.
That's a very practical way to look at it.
Yes, because discipline is not about being strong all the time. It's about being smart with your system.
Alex, at what point did you finally feel, okay, this is really working?
It wasn't one big moment. It was a slow realization over time.
Can you describe it?
Yes, one day I noticed that I was no longer forcing myself to do things. I was just doing them automatically.
That's a big shift.
It is. And I also started to see small external changes. I was more focused at work, I had more energy, and I was finishing tasks instead of delaying them.
So the internal change came first.
Exactly. Identity first, results later.
And did people around you notice the change?
Yes. Some friends started asking me, "What are you doing differently?" And that's when I realized the habits were really shaping my life.
So it wasn't about motivation anymore. It became your lifestyle.
Yes, it stopped feeling like effort and started feeling like who I am.
Alex, if someone is stuck right now and wants to start, what should they actually do today?
Don't overthink it. Start with something so small, it feels almost too easy.
Like what?
Read one page, do one push-up, write one sentence. The goal is not intensity. The goal is consistency.
So the size doesn't matter at the beginning.
Exactly. Small action creates identity. If you read one page today, you become a reader. If you do one push-up, you become someone who trains.
That's powerful. What else?
Track it. Just mark a simple check on a calendar. Seeing progress visually keeps you going.
And the third rule?
Never miss twice. One mistake is normal. Two becomes a pattern.
So it's not about being perfect. It's about protecting the direction.
Exactly.
You said something powerful, habits change identity. So who did you become through this journey?
I became someone I used to admire.
What do you mean by that?
Before, I used to look at disciplined people and think they are different. But now I understand. They just built the right habits.
So the difference was not talent, but behavior.
Exactly. I stopped saying, I want to be productive, and started saying, I am a productive person. That small change in language changed everything.
That sounds like a mental shift.
It is. Every small habit is like a vote for the person you want to become. And over time, those votes create a new identity.
So it's not one big decision. It's many small decisions.
Yes. And that's why it's powerful. Because anyone can take small actions.
And once you believe in your new identity, it becomes easier to stay consistent.
Exactly. You don't act because you have to, you act because it's who you are.
Alex, even with all this knowledge, many people still fail to build habits. What are the biggest mistakes you see?
The first mistake is trying to do too much too fast.
That's very common.
Yes, people feel motivated, so they try to change everything in one day. Wake up early, go to the gym, eat healthy, read, and after a few days, they burn out.
So too much ambition becomes a problem.
Exactly. Ambition is good, But without a system, it leads to frustration.
What's the second mistake?
Relying only on motivation. As we said before, motivation is not stable. If you depend on it, you will stop when it disappears.
And the third mistake?
Not being patient. People expect fast results, but habits work slowly. If you quit early, you never see the real benefits.
So it's a long-term game.
Exactly. Think long-term, act small, and stay consistent.
That's simple, but not easy.
Yes, but simple systems are what actually work.
Alex, let's make it very practical. Give us 3 powerful habits anyone can start today.
Sure, I'll keep it simple and realistic.
Perfect.
First habit, a 5-minute morning reset.
What does that include?
Just wake up, drink water, and take 5 minutes to plan your day. No phone, no distractions. It gives you clarity.
Simple and effective. What's the second habit?
Daily movement. Not a full workout, just 5 to 10 minutes. Walk, stretch, or do a few exercises. The goal is to build the identity of someone who moves every day.
I like that. And the third?
Evening reflection. Before sleep, ask yourself one question. Did I move forward today? If yes, great. If not, adjust tomorrow.
So it's about awareness, not judgment.
Exactly. Progress, not perfection.
These habits sound small, but very powerful.
That's the idea. Small habits, repeated daily, create massive results over time.
Alex, for someone listening right now, maybe feeling stuck, maybe waiting for the perfect moment, what would you say to them?
I would say this, stop waiting.
That's direct.
Yes. Because the perfect moment doesn't exist. If you wait to feel ready, you may wait forever.
So what should they do instead?
Start small. Start today. Even if it feels insignificant, one action is enough to begin.
One action. That's all it takes.
Exactly. People underestimate small steps. But small steps, repeated daily, change your entire life.
And if they fail?
They will fail sometimes. That's normal. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to keep going.
That's a powerful message.
Yes, because success is not about big moments. It's about daily habits.
Alex, before we fully close, I want to ask you something more personal.
Sure.
If you could go back in time and talk to your old self, the version of you who felt lost, what would you say?
You're closer than you think, but you're looking in the wrong direction.
What do you mean by that?
I was looking for big changes, big motivation, big results, but the real answer was always in small daily actions.
That's deep.
Be patient. You don't see it now, but every small step is building something powerful.
I think a lot of people needed to hear that.
Me too, because sometimes we are doing the right things. We just stop too early.
All right, before we go, let's give our listeners something practical they can start immediately.
I like that. Let's make it a challenge.
A challenge?
Yes, a simple 30-day habit challenge.
Tell us more.
For the next 30 days, choose just one small habit. Not 3, not 5, just one.
And how small are we talking?
So small you can't say no. 1 page, 1 push-up, 1 minute of focus.
That removes all excuses.
Do it every day and track it. Just a simple check mark.
And what happens after 30 days?
You won't just have a habit, you'll have proof that you can change.
That's powerful.
Because confidence doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing.
All right, this is it. If you've listened until this moment, then you already did something powerful. You invested time in your growth. But now the real question is not what you learned, it's what you will do next.
Exactly. Information doesn't change your life. Action does.
So let's keep it simple. Don't try to change everything tonight. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Just choose one small habit and start.
Because that small habit is not small. It's the beginning of a new version of you. Small habits create massive results. Final question for you. What is one tiny habit you will start today and commit to for the next 30 days?
If this episode inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to Rise Stories Podcast. Turn on the notification bell. And share this episode with someone who needs a fresh start. Thank you for listening. And remember, your life doesn't change in one day. It changes daily. See you in the next episode.